Hey guys, welcome back to Grit and Grace Farm. My name is Angel, and we are going to take advantage of this very pretty day after our nice little ice storm, and we're going to plant some stuff. So right now we have a strawberry plant that we're going to plant, and then we've got some onions. Let's get to it. So we have the strawberry plant, and I'd rather have it in its own special place, but for right now I'm going to put it in this corner, and it'll probably get transplanted later back out of this bed because I want to have a designated strawberry area. But for right now, just to get it into a place where it can start growing, I'm going to put it here. And then the rest of this is going to be onion. So I went in after we planted the onions and strawberries to work on dinner, and I was going to use potatoes, and I realized that I think like 5 of them were just too soft and they had eyes on them, and so I was like, I'm just gonna go throw them in the same bed next to the onions. So I'm back out here. That's what I'm going to do. We're gonna see if they grow. I said in one of the last videos, I'm just throwing stuff in the ground and seeing what works this time of year, because a lot of things that I've looked up for our growing zone, they're like, you can't do this and you can't do that, and then I talk to people in the area and they're like, no, we totally do that. Something really cool that Matt found out was he had stuck a temperature gauge up in, I think it's this one, to see how well the tunnel's insulated, and it did really, really well. So when we had the 2 days at 32, it kept it right at 32. It didn't let it drop below that. But then as soon as the sun came out, it shot up. Like today it was 60, and the inside temperature of this tunnel was like 90 almost. So it insulates super well. Yeah, it got down to 32 in there, but it didn't, it stabilized with the outside temperature. It didn't let it drop any below that, so it wasn't an actual hard freeze inside of the tunnels. So if it can keep it there, then I think that I can throw these things in here, and they may not start really growing and sprouting until it gets consistently warmer, but at least it'll be there, and I don't know, if it doesn't rot, then it'll grow. If it does rot, I'll just plant something else. So, yeah, so that's the next step. So these are just organic russet potatoes that presumably have not had any growth inhibitors sprayed on them, being organic. I've had them for 3 or 4 weeks, I think, was the last time I bought potatoes, and these were at the bottom of the bag. They've got good eyes on them. They are soft and sort of spongy, some of them more than others, but they're not moldy. They are actually still have a pretty good texture, so I could really just pluck these off and eat them and they'd be fine, especially with the way that I was cooking them tonight. But I decided that it was a really good resource to see if I could get them to produce more. It was worth it to do that. So yes, you can grow from store-bought potatoes. Again, it's best to get the best quality that you can to replicate, to reproduce. But in a pinch, you can totally use these. This is no different than getting a seed potato from a seed store. It's the exact same thing. So it should work just fine. Again, presuming that things grow at this time of year like this. In case you can't tell by the way I'm planting these potatoes, I have no idea what I'm doing. So don't model yourself after me. I'm learning. I do know that it is really wise and best to hill your potatoes, which is where you make a mound on top and you mound up that dirt around it, and then as it grows you mound up more around it. You create, you know, like these peaks of mound around each plant. I'm not doing that today. Today I'm just throwing it in the dirt and seeing if it works. I do know you don't have to hill your potatoes. I just know that it is beneficial to do that because of the way that potatoes grow. But for what I'm doing today, I know that I probably will get a smaller harvest. I'm also only planting 5 seed potatoes. I'm not planting them pointed in any particular, you know, with the eyes pointed down or the eyes pointed up. I know that I'm pretty sure there's a specific way that is best to do it. But with my limited gardening experience in the last few years, I've learned that food wants to grow because that's the way God designed it. And so, yes, there are ways of doing it that help you get better quality or more quantity. There are better ways of doing it, but for my needs right here in this moment where I've got dinner going and my light's fading and temperatures are kind of unstable at this time of year, I'm just putting them in the dirt. I will make notes of how they grow and I will plan better next time. But I'm getting more and more of an impression that this first year, this garden is going to be a bit wild. It's a little fly by the seat of my pants. I keep trying to sit down and make out a garden plan and where best to put things. And then I stress myself out because I overthink it. And so I figure, even though it won't be the best garden, if I just come out here and I plant the seeds, instead of sitting in the house stressing about which one's going to get the right amount of sun, which one's going to get the right amount of shade, at what point in the growing season, what's going to be needed, it's too much and I stress myself out and I'll freeze. And so I figure I'm probably doing less harm by just going and putting it down in the ground and letting it grow and observing how it grows and learning from how it grows and doing a better job next time. I'm just not experienced enough to do this calmly. And I'm not the type of personality. Oh, I see you. Yeah, I see you, pig. They're always hungry. But I'm not the type of personality who can sit down and neatly make a list and a plan. I stress out. And so instead of succumbing to the stress and waiting and it being too late to plant things, because I have done that, I've missed my window. Even with thinking about it early ahead of time, I still missed my window because I was overthinking it. So I'm just going to put it in the ground. So don't model your garden plan after me. I'm not the one. Not yet anyways. Hopefully one day we'll be there. But today is not that day. So today I'm just trying to get these things in the ground and maybe feed my family through the summer. So we'll see what comes of it. So I'm going to get these potatoes watered. And then I think I'm going to sign off and it's just going to be a short video, y'all. Yeah. Thanks for joining us here Egbert and Grace farm when we planted onions and strawberries and potatoes. See you next time.